Nearly half of all children in Rochester live in poverty, as detailed by the U.S. Census Bureau. That ranks the city second highest in the nation out of all places with a population of 100,000 or more. Alex Love reports on how local nonprofits are calling to change this for the better.
Only Syracuse has a higher childhood poverty rate than Rochester among mid to large-sized cities. Local nonprofits are disappointed but say this is nothing new after decades of political and economic systems working against average families. Those with the children's agenda in Rochester, like Pete Nabosny, found poverty worsened for families after the housing market crashed in 2008. It's been difficult to recover with housing still unaffordable to many and crime plaguing families.
It's been a persistent problem in this community that really limits a lot of positive outcomes for young people, because childhood poverty is unfortunately associated with all sorts of lifelong problems, whether it's worse health outcomes, worse educational outcomes, involvement in the criminal justice system.
A popular idea to give families in need more support is starting up the federal tax credit again. But recently, nonprofits are also partnering with the city and school district to guide children to better opportunities through jobs and internships.
That's a great way for particularly teenagers to get their feet wet in the job market, see what they enjoy doing, earn some money, and hopefully start building towards a lifetime of good earnings.
We need to change the environment for their parents, and we need to make things equitably accessible for everyone.
The U.S. Census Bureau calculates 48.2% of all children in Rochester live in poverty. But Jerome Underwood with Action for a Better Community argues political and economic systems need to change for parents to get the rate down.
Just about every economic category you look at has these same disparities in terms of the levels of employment for people of color. They also need to change their practices to make sure that employment is fair and equitable.
Within that 48.2% of all children in Rochester living in poverty, a majority come from Black and Latino families, according to the Children's Agenda, highlighting racial disparities among economic hardships. Reporting in Rochester, Alex Love, News 8.
Since 2015, when this data was last collected on a widespread scale, the childhood poverty rate in Rochester did drop overall by a little more than 3%.